ringing in the new year with a jailhouse meltdown, at least according to some new reports. All this comes as the disgraced singer spends his first holiday season behind bars.
It was just, seemed like Puff and Tupac was like a couple, seemed like to me.
We made love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
Yo, Diddy, you gave me the oosh-gosh goosh-wash. You gave me the oosh-gosh muaf, the smoosh-mash.
No homo, no just no homo, no just no homo, no just my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
Whatever you want, you get, Diddy? Really? You get whatever you want? I don't think so. The wacky world of the Diddler returns, and it continues to come up with fresh allegations of the disappearance of young Miss Chase, the actress of The Ring. Jailhouse meltdown. What is this world coming to? Yes, we got it all here for you on the Diddy Show here at Barry Charles News. Yes, we all know that Diddy's a homo. Just look at these disturbing clips. They are really disgusting, people, and if you have anything here, this is a warning for you that some of the stuff is absolutely disgraceful, and if you don't want to see it, just block out this part of the video. But let's roll the tape of all the diddlers out there that got used by this man Diddy. Roll the tape.
I was telling him to stop. It was incredibly painful, and he was acting like it was nothing, and he seemed to be disconnected from it. But it was abusive beyond belief.
Movie 48 Hours. Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose. It's definitely a 15-year-old.
Waving the poor boy, hey, yeah.
Are those midgets? Because people were it's people over them, like it's people trying to hide what they're doing.
Adults who are little people, or are you talking about minors?
Am I gonna get in trouble? I don't want to say I witnessed any of that crazy stuff, but we all have common sense. Little people that's not supposed to be there.
Listen, he's lying. Listen. Yo, come in here, man. I'm not. Hey, yo, listen. Yo, come in here. No homo.
It was horrible. It was horrible. It was so horrible. I can't describe how horrible it was. Everybody telling me not to speak would just let them reveal my face. And like I'm telling people around me, if I wanted the money, I would have been and took the money. Like they've been paying me money and I've been living like I'm broke. They got my pictures out here. Who put my pictures out here?
What is this guy up to? Pretty much having sex with anybody. Underage midgets, men of all ages, women, prostitutes. This guy's just, the sky's the limits with this guy. It's absolutely madness what's happening with P. Diddy. But is Kevin Hart one of these homos? He's allegedly been caught up in the scandal back when hosting a party in 2020 when he was on the bed with P. Diddy. Was he really on the bed? We don't know, but there's an interview of people talking about his baby oil. Is he really involved with this? Well, we're going to check out this video now and find out something about Kevin Hart here. Is he involved with all this? Well, let's roll the tape around the murders here. Around the allegations around Kevin Hart.
Act bad. Hey, Kevin, when you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
I hosted Diddy. Kevin, come here. Can you go get some girls? So we can be in the bedroom with some girls. Let's get some girls up here, please.
First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed.
You asking the wrong person the wrong question. That sound like your question.
Say pause. Don't acknowledge this. Nothing to do with me and Puff right now. Hold on.
Kevin Hart, like many, distancing himself from Diddy after the mogul's arrest and federal indictment.
Do you think he's safe in jail?
Wrong person.
The reason Kevin is getting questioned is because of this newly rediscovered footage of him hosting a Diddy hotel party back in 2010.
Now, there's even more rumors to this Kevin Hart story that him and The Rock are lovers as well. Yes, believe it or not, there's talk that The Rock is secretly gay, and that's why he's getting all his roles as well. And Hollywood, well, nothing would surprise me this day and age. If you're gay, you go high up in the world of, if you sell your soul to the devil. That's pretty much what I'm saying. If you're having a fellatio with this executive, this director, with whatever, to get yourself up to the top of the food chain, well, you know, you do that, Leonardo. I mean, this is allegedly, of course, but I mean, this is what's happening in the world out there. Well, I thought that we better look at this video. This is some crazy videos for you folks. The Diddler's back in action. Yes, well, we're going to really talk about the Diddler meltdown. Does this really happen in court? And also, is he getting some love from Luigi Mangione?
Now, some of the reports are that P. Diddy had a breakdown or meltdown over the holidays when he is still at MDC behind bars. What do you make of those reports? Could he have had this meltdown?
I believe the reports. And obviously, Diddy is someone who's rich and famous and has lived a life of luxury for many years. And now he's in federal prison during the holidays. So this isn't someone who's a hardened criminal who has spent a lot of time in custody. So the fact that he's spending Christmas and New Year's and future holidays in prison is probably finally getting to him. So I'm not surprised that he cracked.
As far as the mental health side of things, I remember when Diddy was first arrested, he was put on suicide watch. So obviously keeping tabs on his mental health. Here in this instance, he apparently was asking for the guards to take him to the hospital so he could be treated there.
I think so. And obviously, you know, we haven't seen him, but your colleague Elizabeth has reported that, you know, he looks like he's lost some weight and he has some more gray and white hairs. I think it's taken a toll on him. And I think that he expected, for some reason, that he would be out on
they said Diddy had a huge prison meltdown as he remains in the hellhole jail. No, but let's get into this because I don't think Diddy had a meltdown. I think, knowing what we've seen of Sean Diddy Combs and his defense, Diddy had an ego trip. He was literally barking orders to the rats and roaches huddling in the corner of his jail. And they finally said, it's Christmas. I don't got to listen to you anymore, Mr. Combs. And he had a meltdown. Either that or he was trying to see if Luigi was standing under the mistletoe. You know, Luigi Mangione and Diddy are in the same prison. He was trying to see if Luigi was Santa the mistletoe, because you know Luigi is everybody's type. However, Diddy, you might want to just get some new, if that's what he's thinking, you might want to back away from that. Baby, Luigi know how to hold that blicky when it gets sticky, and he ain't afraid to do what he needs to do. I'm just saying.
I got my MTV out. Savage! I'm a savage! Oh!
Well, he has meltdowns all the time, it looks like. Diddy, do I think it's real? Do I think it's absolutely a chance that the meltdowns are real? Yes and no. Obviously, he's been used to being in and out of, out of jail. So, I mean, not being in jail much. So, obviously not having the holidays, doing what you want at that time. He's obviously not getting as much fellacious, or maybe he is. He may be getting a lot of fellacious in prison, who knows. But, yeah, to me, it's just craziness. And getting back to the story, is Luigi Mangione really in the same jail as P. Diddy? I'm sure that's just bullshit, but if it is, well, he might be getting his filthy way right there. Yeah, is this Luigi Mangione with this guy? Well, I don't know what's happening with the Diddler. Might be getting his lucky way there. But anyway, let's have a look at fresh new allegations out there between Ashton Kutcher and Diddy, with this young ring lady actress, Miss Chase, who has disappeared in 2021. We're going to check out this video now, and also what the man himself, Jamie Foxx, had to say about poisoning. Do you believe that he was poisoned? Or do you believe his story that he did on his Netflix thing? I believe he was poisoned. He just doesn't want to admit it. And in this day and age, why would you? But he should. But anyway, let's get to it. Let's check out the Jamie Foxx video, and then we're going to have a little deep dive into the case of what's happening at the moment with Miss Chase from the ring.
Internet said that Puffy tried to kill me. I left them parties early. I was out by 9. Something don't look right. It's slippery in here.
Well, I hang with P. Diddy, a lot, man. Sean, Puffy Combs. And we hang out, man. I mean, we party. I call him Black Gatsby, man.
Diddy and Ashton Kutcher. We have 13-year-old Dame Chase come up. It's just weird. It's weird, and it gets weirder. With the two hot men, here's the 13-year-old girl who won.
Hey! Oh my gosh, this so rocks!
Here's where it gets creepy.
I won the MTV Movie Award.
Coming to the after party tonight?
Yeah!
Still to come.
Are you coming to the after party? Yeah! Ew! Ew! Yeah! And there's Ashton laughing.
Chase faced personal struggles that would eventually lead to her disappearance. Chase was reported missing on June 6, 2021, after failing to appear for several scheduled engagements. Her family and friends raised alarms when they could not reach her, prompting a police investigation. Despite exhaustive search efforts and extensive media coverage, no substantial leads developed, and the case grew cold. Recently, investigative journalists working on a documentary about Chase's disappearance uncovered a series of emails, text messages, and witness statements that suggest a connection between Chase and both Kutcher and Diddy. These documents detail a party hosted by Diddy on the night before Chase was last seen. The party, held at Diddy's lavish Los Angeles mansion on June 5, 2021, was attended by numerous high-profile celebrities. Eyewitness accounts suggest that Chase was indeed present at the event, where she was reportedly seen in conversation with Ashton Kutcher. The nature of their discussion remains unclear, but the intensity of their interaction raised eyebrows among partygoers. Several guests at the party have stepped forward to share their accounts. One anonymous attendee described the atmosphere as electric, noting that it was a night filled with laughter and celebration, but marred by an undercurrent of tension, particularly involving Chase and Kutcher. Another guest recounted, "I remember seeing them together. There was something off about that conversation. It felt like they were discussing something serious, but I couldn't hear what it was." In light of the new evidence linking Kutcher and Diddy to the case, law enforcement has decided to reopen the investigation into Chase's disappearance. Authorities are actively seeking to interview both celebrities to clarify their whereabouts and any knowledge they may have regarding the events of that night. The revelations have sparked a frenzy on social media. Fans and supporters of Chase have taken to platforms like Twitter and Instagram to express their outrage and demand justice. The hashtags #FindDabby and #JusticeForDabby have gained traction, reflecting the public's desire for answers. In response to the allegations, both Kutcher and Diddy have issued public statements denying any involvement in Chase's disappearance. Kutcher, known for his roles in That 70s Show and various philanthropic efforts, expressed disbelief at the accusations, stating, "I have no knowledge of what happened to Dabby. My heart goes out to her family." Diddy also took to social media, labeling the claims as false and damaging. He emphasized his commitment to supporting the investigation and urged anyone with information to come forward. The renewed attention surrounding the case has had immediate repercussions for both celebrities. Kutcher's public image has been scrutinized, with fans expressing disappointment and distrust. Diddy, a prominent figure in the music industry, has faced backlash from brands and business partners. Major news outlets have extensively covered the new developments, leading to a resurgence of interest in Chase's disappearance.
Well, you leave a comment about Jamie Foxx in the comments below if you believe that Jamie Foxx did get diddled by the diddler. Was he poisoned for something he was saying to him? We will see, or declining P. Diddy's request, which seems to be all allegations, potentially what's been happening. You deny P. Diddy's advances, you're murdered, allegedly. But anyway, let's yeah, what's happening with this Miss Chase? Is this even real? This is just absolutely a joke. That's the Mind story. I tried to fact check a little bit of the stuff. It just couldn't find a lot out there. So I don't know if she's really still missing or she's just disappeared from the spotlight because of her fame has disappeared and she's just moved on with her life. So it's just interesting to know if that is all real and true and false. But it's just absolute madness if Kutcher was getting it on with and Diddy were getting on with this chick. I just don't know. It's just seems like some disgusting stuff. But anyway, let's go to Piers Morgan and Candace Owen as they talk a bit about the Diddler and Jay-Z. And let's see what Candace thinks about his sugar daddy, Jay-Z, the one he thought of as a god. She thought of as a god at one point. I'm just kidding. But let's get to the video.
Now, Jay-Z, we've seen has been named in court
Can
documents.
you tell me I was right?
About
P. Diddy. Remember, when before the guy said it's coming,
Yeah.
I read that lawsuit.
You were right.
It was, I always try to fairly assess lawsuits. I do a very good job of reading it. I don't just like accept that allegation because people are crazy. They do make allegations against people all the time.
I think you're going to be proven completely right.
Yeah,
obviously,
it was insane.
Obviously, he's not convicted, but the scale of the charges and the number of people coming out with very similar stories. Well, and interestingly, male and female, right? It seems to be almost a split.
Right.
Like he was basically, out there. It just seems to me, on the face of it, allegedly, but abusing almost everyone.
That's correct.
Right. I mean, very weird,
scary.
chilling behavior.
And everyone in Hollywood knew, and that's a piece of this that we still haven't gotten to.
What's going to happen to all of them, do you think? They're all going to get swept up in this?
I think so. I think they are going to get swept up in it. I don't see how they can't. This is pretty clear cut. If you can use your platform to talk about every meaningless social issue and I'm with her and #MeToo, this is a pretty important one when you have this many victims lining up.
I mean, you once said Jay-Z's like God to me. How do you feel about him now?
Did I say this?
You did.
What?
Yeah, Jay-Z was God to me, you said.
Oh, was God, past tense, growing up. I was like, what are we talking about?
No.
Yeah,
when you were growing up, his music.
Yeah, when I was growing up, I loved Jay-Z because in his lyrics...
And to be clear, he's been emphatic in all his denials. Let's be
Wait,
clear.
I also want to be clear on the Jay-Z recent stuff.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Right.
I looked into that case and I actually don't believe
A lot
that.
of holes in it.
Yeah, that one doesn't pass the sniff test for me. But in terms of his relationship with Diddy, I would expect him to make some sort of a statement because, like I said, he is overtly political. So I just want people to keep the same energy. Don't comment on matters, that's totally fine. But if you've been lecturing us for years about every other social ill, now would be a great time to use your platform for that same energy. If you were saying women are suffering, I'm with Kamala. Well, we've got some women that are suffering and have a lot of proof and evidence to that point, into that larger discussion about what's happening in Hollywood. We are realizing that they are just false idols, that these parties were taking place, the amount of drugs, having these Airbnb owners talk about, the cocaine they allegedly found the next day, just debauchery parties, these openly sex-filled people are starting to see these people for what they are. A lot of people in Hollywood are perverts, they're drug addicts, they're idiots, and they believe in their own magic. They think that they are gods, and they are people that we need to turn off and focus on our families.
Yes, I do agree with you, Candace, that this shouldn't happen. All these people in Hollywood are put up on a pedestal that they're the greatest people in the world, but really they're just douchebags. Not all of them, but I mean, they get all this money, their fancy cars and all this. They are the generational wealth, or they just make it on their own. Look at Will Smith slap, all that rubbish happening in this world, and we give them the status of the greatest. So I think that's changed in the last 10 years. People have just forgotten about Hollywood and just gone, these people are just a joke. And to be honest, I think people like reality stars more than Hollywood these days. It's just absolute sadness, but yeah, just the diddler just continues to get away with murder out there. Anyway, before we wrap up this video, I thought we need to look at some other juicy stuff. Is it true? Is it fake? Well, is Tupac and Diddy, were they in a relationship? Well, I'm not really sure about that one, but if he was he murdered for it? Because he didn't want to give him the fellatio. Yes, interesting ones here. It's just madness what's happening in this world. We're gonna look at the Orlando Brown accusations as well. Was forced to have sex with Diddy and the likes to get his way in Hollywood. If I'm being honest about the Tupac situation, Jada Pinkett Smith probably knows more about it than anyone else. I think they were lovers, him and Tupac. They were lovers, but we know that they flip around bisexually and all this jazz. So maybe P. Diddy was involved with them, Will Smith and the likes were all involved at the same time. I don't really know. This is all allegedly, but she would be the one you need to ask about that if you really want to know what's happening there in Hollywood. But anyway, let's have a look at what really did get down if you refuse the diddler. And let's see what potentially happens. And you could be murdered like Tupac.
It was just seemed like Puff and Tupac was like a couple, seemed like to me.
Somebody told Puff, Pac gotta die, Big gotta die. And Suge not gonna go to jail.
You think Diddy had anything to do with that? It wouldn't surprise me if he did. Because if you look at my interview with T.K. Kirkland, he was very close friends with Eric Von Zip. According to Keefe, Zip was the one that provided the gun. The $1 million payment for Pac's murder was supposed to go through Zip, and then handed over to Keefe D.
We made love. We made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
Yo, Diddy, you gave me the ooshkash gooshmash. You gave me the ooshkash muaf, the smooshmash.
Yeah, was Tupac murdered by Diddy? Well, life window. Did he kill Biggie? Did he kill Kim Porter? I mean, it just keeps going out. Did he miss Chase? I mean, the list just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Potential people he might have killed, all allegedly. I think he would be the ringleader, but I don't think he's got the guts to go pull the trigger. But he might have paid people out, all allegedly. But potentially he could have, but no proof. Orlando Brown. Did he get the whoosh-wash with the whoosh-wash with the whoosh-wash with P. Diddy? Well, it looks like it. He might be a little bit crazy, but did he go crazy because of celebrity? Look at Michael Jackson. Did he give a fellatio to Quincy Jones, to Clive Davis, all these people? Was he worked up the ladder? Motown, Berry. I mean, it's just, to me, it just, I think going all the way back to Michael Jackson, I think maybe that was the start of all this rubbish. People didn't know what happened to Michael Jackson earlier in life, and then he passed it on to his, maybe, the likes of TJ Jackson and the likes. They keep saying it wasn't him, but don't get it twisted, it probably was, from what I'm seeing. Just madness. Is Matthew McConaughey gay? Is Jake Gyllenhaal gay? I mean, I could go on and on and on with people that potentially could be gay in celebrity world, that it just continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just madness. Anything to do with the diddler at the moment is absolute madness. But anyway, that is Barry Charles News. This is a little bit about the diddler and what's happening around there at the moment. When we get to the juicy stuff, when he's really locked up for good, or will he find a way out? We will find out. We will review it and record it right here for you on Barry Charles News. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with another video very, very soon.